बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम दोस्तों, क्या हाल है? कैसे हैं आप सब लोग? उम्मीद करता हूँ खैरियत से होंगे। दोस्तों, आज की इस वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करेंगे एटम्स, आयन, मॉलिक्यूल्स की जो बेसिक डेफिनेशंस हैं। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं वीडियो। सबसे पहले हमारे पास एटम। लॉन्ग टाइम अगो इट वाज थॉट दैट मैटर इज मेड अप ऑफ सिंपल invisible particles. Greek philosophers thought that matter could be divided into smaller and smaller particles to reach a basic unit, which could not be further subdivided. Democritus 463-70 BC called these particles atoms, derived from the word atomos means invisible. However, the idea of Greek philosophers were not based on experimental evidences. In the late 17th century, the quantitative study of the composition of pure substances disclosed that a few elements were the components of many different substances. It was also investigated that a few elements were the components of many different substances. It was also investigated that how elements combine to form compounds and how compounds could be broken down, that how elements into their constituent elements. In 1808, an English school teacher, John Dalton, recognized that the law of conversion of matter and the law of definite proportions could be explained by the existence of atoms. He developed an atomic theory, the main postulates of which is that all matter is composed of atoms of different elements which differ in their properties. Atom is the smallest particles of an element which can take part in a chemical reaction. For example, helium and neon, etc., have atoms which have independent existence, while atoms of hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen do not exist independently. These molecules are in form of their animation 1.2 atom source and credit 1 to 3 gives. The modern researches have clearly shown that an atom is further composed of subatomic particles like electrons, protons, neutrons, hyperons, neutrino, antineutrino, etc. More than 100 such particles are thought to exist in an atom. However, electron, proton, and neutron are regarded as the fundamental particles of atoms. A Swedish chemist, Berzelius, determined the atomic mass of elements. A number of his values are close to the modern values of atomic masses. Berzelius also developed the system of giving element a symbol. Evidence of atoms. It is not possible actually to see the atom, but the nearest possibility to its direct evidence is by using an electron microscope. A clear and accurate image of an object that is smaller than the wavelength of visible light cannot be obtained. Thus, an ordinary optical microscope can measure the size of an object up to or above 500 nanometer. However, objects of size of an atom can be observed in an electron microscope. It uses beam of electrons instead of visible light because wavelength of electron is much shorter than that of visible light. Figure 1.1 show electrons microscope graph of a piece of a graphite which has been magnified about 15 million times. The bright band is the figure or layers of carbon atom. In 20th century X-ray work has shown that the diameter of atoms are of the order of 2 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 10 meter, which is 0.2 nanometer. Masses of atoms ranges from 10 raised power minus 27 to 10 raised power minus 25 kg. They are often expressed in atomic masses unit when 1 AMU is 1.661 multiplied by 10 raised power minus 27 kg. The students can have an idea about amazing small size of an atom from the fact that a full stop may have 2 million atoms present in it. Molecule. A molecule is the smallest particle of a pure substance which can exist independently. It may contain one or more atoms. The number of atoms present in a molecule determines its atomicity. Thus, molecules can be monoatomic, diatomic, and triatomic, etc. If they contain 1, 2, and 3 atoms respectively, molecules of element may contain 1, 2, or more same type of atoms. For example, helium, chlorine, oxygen molecule, phosphorus, and sulfur. On other hand, molecule of compound consist of different kind of atoms. For example, HCl, ammonia, sulfuric acid, and fructose molecule. The size of molecules are definitely bigger than atoms. They depend upon the number of atoms present in them and their shapes. Some molecules are so big that they are called macromolecules. Hemoglobin is such a macromolecule found in blood. It helps to carry oxygen from our lungs to all parts of our body. Each molecule of hemoglobin is made up of nearly 10,000 atoms and it is 68,000 times heavier than a hydrogen atom. Ion. Ions are those species which carry either positive or negative charge. Whenever an atom of an element loses one or more electrons, positive ions are formed. A sufficient amount of energy is to be provided to a neutral atom to ionize it. A gives us a positive anion plus a negative. This a positive is called a cation. A cation may carry 1, 2, or plus 3 charge on or charges. The number of charges present on an ion depend upon the number of electrons lost by the atom. Anyhow, energy is always required to do so. Hence, the formation of the positive ion is an endothermic process. The most common positive ions are formed by the metal atoms such as sodium, Na positive, K positive, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, iron, etc. The chapter on chemical bonding will enable us to understand the feasibility of their formation. When a neutral atom picks up one or more electron, a negative ion is produced, which is called an anion. B plus C gives us B negative. Energy is usually released when an electron is added to the isolated neutral atom. Therefore, the formation of an uninegative ion is an exothermic process. The most common negative ions are F negative, chlorine, bromine, acid, sulfur, etc. The cations and anions possess although different properties from their corresponding neutral atoms. There are many examples of negative ion which consist of group of atoms like OH negative, CO3 2 negative, SO4 2 negative, PO4 3 negative, MnO4 one negative Cr, two negative, etc. The positive ions have group of atoms are less common. For example, NH4 positive and some carbocations in organic chemistry.